Hi, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Carla with Pointe Realty. Today we're going to be talking about homeowners associations. What's good, what's bad, what's the point? Ashley's got the scoop for you today.
So what is an HOA? An HOA is a governing body that usually is found around planned neighborhoods, such as single-family homes, condos, townhomes. Basically, they're an entity that wants to maintain the community as well as that community atmosphere. And with that being said, there's an exchange of a fee or more restrictions to follow that guideline that they are looking for. First, I want to go over some of the cons of having an HOA. First things first, HOAs can be very expensive. They can be monthly, quarterly, or annual dues that you are required to pay. And also, you really need to take into consideration when purchasing a home with HOAs is that it's factored into your loan. So it can change your budget, your overall budget for your home. There are deed restrictions. So there are going to be certain things that you may or may not be able to do. And that can include personalization. It could be, you might not be able to paint your door hot pink if you want to, or
Park your camper in the driveway.
Park your camper into the driveway. Yeah.
I think it's going to have a lot to do too with like what fencing you can put around, and like everything, there's sort of a spectrum of restrictions. You have some that are really easy, and then you have some that get really overbearing.
Yes. And, these cons aren't here to say that, it's not here to say that, it's such a negative.
Or HOAs are bad.
Yeah, it's not about that. A lot of people really like HOAs because it actually promotes keeping your home's value at a certain rate. And it makes everything look uniform and very attractive when you go into a subdivision.
So I think that as a Southerner, we don't like to hear, you can't do this with your yard, you can't do this with your house, because that is, I paid for it, so it's mine.
I should be able to do whatever I want to it.
Right. So the flip side of that is, if you're in a certain neighborhood and you're doing things that could detract from the value of other homes, then how fair is that? That's not fair either.
That's not fair to your next door neighbor.
Right.
And another positive light to having an HOA that you need to consider is not everybody likes to maintain their lawn. A lot of people like to pay for an HOA because a lot of them will include lawn maintenance, and that includes like your bushes, your trees, all of the grass, and a lot of these places have pools and common areas, and who's going to do that? Who's going to keep that up for you to enjoy, a family gathering at the pool house? You don't want to show up at the pool house and it looks like a wreck when your family is in town. So
typically also the more amenities a neighborhood offers, the higher the HOA is going to be. So if all you're doing is like my neighborhood, and I think yours is probably the same. So like all our HOA does is sort of maintain the entrance.
Yes.
So I think ours is like $50 a year.
Yeah, mine's set a little over $70 a year, and it's for
Literally
that
that
and the
entrance.
social. Don't forget, it also covers some of the social, pre-COVID. The social gatherings, we would have like 2 a year. It would cover catering and things like that at their parties.
So I don't think we want to like scare people away. There are a lot of benefits, but I think you really touched on it more than anything. Just know before you get into it.
Yes, really read the fine print. So whenever you are going to purchase a home, you need to request for these documents, and your realtor should already be looking into that for you if it's not disclosed immediately on the MLS or whatnot. We have access and contacts to get you a print off because every single HOA is different.
I would say, just to kind of finish it, if there's something really specific you want, like you have a camper, you have a boat, you want chickens. So many people want chickens right now. Tell your realtor when you're looking, because that's something, we have clients all the time tell us we want this or we want to do this. So we keep that in mind as we're looking, because we know which neighborhoods are going to be more restrictive and which ones aren't. And so we can kind of guide and steer you that way. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified of our new videos every week. Also, follow us on our social media or head to our website at www.newpointrealty.com. Thank you for tuning in with us this week. This has been New Point Realty,
Where house meets home.